Have you guys ever seen a doctor with a BBL? A plastic surgeon, specifically the doctor who performs these surgeries. Have you ever seen them with a BBL?
My surgeon did not let me get a BBL when I went in for my tummy tuck.
I am so happy. I never was on that BBL train, right? So, this doctor said he used to do BBLs, but he stopped doing them.
If you were thinking about getting a BBL, do not get a BBL. Because in theory, you think it's gonna look really, really good, but anything that's not natural actually does not look good.
Quick story time. Years ago, I'm working in a hospital and I get assigned a patient in the emergency room. I go inside, I introduce myself to the young lady. I say, hey, my name is Larissa. What brings you in today? The lady, the young girl proceeds to give me the short version of her story, which is basically she flew to the Dominican Republic.
Here's 3 reasons why I don't do BBLs.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Cynthia here. Guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about something really different, okay? Something that doesn't get enough attention. Now today's video is going to be about BBL, but it's the other side of BBL, and I get a lot of comments in my comment section saying, what does BBL mean? So for the sake of those that do not know what BBL means, BBL is an abbreviation for Brazilian butt lift. Basically what that is they get fats from different parts of your body, mostly your stomach or your back or your arm or your thigh. Basically they get fats from there and inject that into your butt to give you that, hourglass shape, if I may. So basically that's what Brazilian butt lift is. Now that that is out of the way, let's get right into what the video is about. Now we're not going to be talking about the women who regret a BBL, but the women who are choosing not to get one in the first place. Now obviously there's so many reasons why these women have decided not to get one. The reason why I'm focusing on this video is because everyone on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you see people showing their BBL journey, the snatched waist, the curvy body goals, but behind that trend is a growing number of women saying, nope, I'm not doing it. And if you hear the reasons, they're actually deeper than you think, of which some of them ranges from it's too expensive, I prefer to be natural, for the fear of complication, the horror stories they've been seeing, the pain they hear people talk about. Some are saying they're not going to fall into the pressure of getting it done. So this is just a few I was able to come up with, but without wasting too much time, let's get right into these videos and hear exactly why some of these ladies are saying no, they're not going to get a BBL.
So this is a story time on why I did not go through with my BBL. I just want to keep in mind that this is not a need, it's a want. So if you know me, I've always wanted a BBL. I don't need a BBL. I like my body already, but I would love to enhance little parts of it, because I thought if I pinch here a little bit and widen here a little bit, I feel like I'd look even better than I already do. So as I was scrolling on TikTok, literally my surgery was the next day, I saw a comment that said that this doctor has a lot of deaths. And when I had been looking at all his stuff, none of that appeared. But why literally the night before? And if you know me, I'm like a huge overthinker, but that also to me was like a sign from God, because I had been praying like, God, if this is not for me, like just show me some way, somehow, please. And to be quite honest with you, nobody wanted me to get it. Like everybody was telling me like, you don't need it. Why are you getting that? You're so beautiful already, blah, blah, blah. Which, by the way, I'm very thankful that people think of me that way. But this is just something I've always just wanted. For me, not to please anybody else, but to please myself, So then I also started to feel kind of like, it kind of felt like everybody was trying to see me before I left because, well, this is how I felt. It felt like they wanted to see me before I left because they didn't know if I was going to come back. Like I felt like people thought I was literally going to pass away. You just feel that like feeling in your stomach, like, maybe this isn't good. And I asked the person who actually went to him if they recommend going with him, and they said no. So I was very confused because I was like, wow, I've seen nothing but good reviews on this doctor. Like, that sucks, And I think I just wanted to use all of that just to say, like, trust your gut feeling. If you feel like maybe I should not go, or maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now, just listen to yourself. Because for one, I have so much going on with work, with school, all that stuff. And sometimes, although we really want something, God just has different plans for us, and it might not be the right time. So for me, it was more of like, I want to honor God because I just want to make sure that I don't do something and then I regret it. And what if something would have happened to me, you know? And that doesn't mean that I won't ever get one. It just means that at this very moment, it wasn't something that was meant to happen in my life. When I say I bought everything, I literally had bought everything from the BBL pillow to the massages to this to that. I literally bought everything that you could possibly think of for a BBL to prep myself. I had been taking iron supplements, iron IVs. But you know what? I'm not even mad about it because I'll get it one day, just not right now. Right now is not my time. And God will make me feel more at ease when that time comes.
Okay, well, she explained her reason just the way it is. Personally, I feel like if your mind is telling you not to go ahead with something, it's best you listen to your mind, honestly, because there's so many things that could go wrong. It may go right, but like, what if it goes wrong, right? So she's not getting one at the moment. Okay.
One of the main reasons why I would never get a BBL, and it's not because I'm not insecure, because, honey, I am, pero I would never want to attract that type of man who likes girls with BBLs. And I am not talking about women who naturally have that voluptuous body, because I love that for you. But I don't want a man who's into plastic surgery for his woman. And I'm not saying that there's not good men out there who like who they like and she happens to have plastic surgery. But in general, I am not seeking that type of man that wants a woman to change her body for his own pleasure.
Well, hers is she doesn't want to attract the wrong set of people into her life, obviously. Once you get the BBL and, a certain type of people start coming into your life, you need to ask yourself, is that what you want or is that what you do not want before you even go ahead with the procedure?
Quick story time. Years ago, I'm working in a hospital and I get assigned a patient in the emergency room. I go inside, I introduce myself to the young lady. I say, hey, my name is Larissa. What brings you in today? The lady, the young girl proceeds to give me the short version of her story, which is basically she flew to the Dominican Republic using her Google Translate to translate all the things that were going on or, do the entire process, had surgery, was in a recovery house for like a few days, comes back, is flying back. The midway point is Miami, and the flight agent doesn't let her on the plane. In the report, the run sheet, it says the flight agent states that she was diaphoretic. She appeared to be a little confused, and she had a smell. Come to find out, after we worked this poor young girl up, she ended up having necrotizing fasciitis in the new fresh BBL. So now she has to have major surgery again, and she was anemic. Okay? There is a cost to these surgeries. Okay? And a lot of these costs, you have yet to get the bill yet, right? A lot of these people won't get the bill 5, 10, 15 years out. The other thing is, like I mentioned in the video, there's 5 pots when you're going to have cosmetic procedures. And quick aside, I am not opposed to surgery. I'm not opposed to cosmetic surgery. If you have the money and you do the research, go and become the best version of you possible. I am anti-BBL. Okay? There's 5 pots of money, right? There's the money for the procedure and the anesthesia. There's the money for the aftercare. There's the money for the maintenance. And there's that money that you need just in case something happens, right? And that aftercare also includes the time that you need to take off from work to get your body right. Right? You don't just go have the surgery and then just go back to work. And if you're doing that, that's probably why it's not going to turn out the way that you anticipate. The young woman, she didn't have any kids yet. Right? She's getting a mommy makeover and she's not a mommy. She didn't have any kids yet. You have to remember, your body goes through 7 different puberties over your lifetime, right? You're a hormone cycle out as a woman. So as you get older, right, your body will take a new shape. What does that look like after you have a fresh BBL in your early 20s? Nieces, please save your money, right? If you do decide to do this very, very dangerous surgery, do as much research as possible and make sure you have as much cash on hand in case something goes wrong.
Well, that much cash at hand, like she said, is very important, guys, because from everything I have seen so far, BBL isn't cheap. It's not cheap. And the maintenance is even more expensive. The fajas, the massages, revisions, touch ups. Nobody tells you the long term costs. And it keeps going. You're gonna keep spending.
I am so happy. I never was on that BBL train, right? So, this doctor on this TikTok app said, and his name is Dr. Satari. He used to do BBLs, but he stopped doing them. And I wrote down notes so you could just listen, okay? He said he used to do BBLs and he did really well, but he finds no value. The value's not there. He said years down the road, 70%, 70 to 80% of it is gone. Then when it goes away, it doesn't go away evenly. So you are left with a lumpy, he said a lumpy, dumpy butt. That's so that's gonna be very interesting down the road when you have when people become older, the geriatrics, senior citizens with BBLs. How that's gonna look. That's very interesting.
So them going away and then not going away evenly is another fear unlocked in my head about this whole surgery, because if it's not going to all go away evenly, that means you're gonna have lumps everywhere on your butt. How are you gonna manage that? That's really, really scary. So many people would know this and still opt to get it done. I don't know. It's like some people are not afraid of things like this.
Have you guys ever seen a doctor with a BBL? A plastic surgeon, specifically the doctor who performs these surgeries. Have you ever seen them with a BBL? Because I'm trying to research my mummy makeover, and it just had me thinking, like, every single physician that I saw, they didn't have their bodies done. Well, at least not the BBL. Am I missing something? Doctors, y'all let us know. Is there a reason why you guys don't do BBLs? What do you guys know that we don't know?
Well, doctors in the house, let us know. What do you guys know that the public do not know? Because she's right. I've actually never seen a doctor doing BBL. Maybe I haven't come across it, but so far they don't get BBLs done. And people research them, people go to them to get their bodies done, but they themselves have not done that to themselves. So, doctors in the building, let's know.
My surgeon did not let me get a BBL when I went in for my tummy tuck. I went to my consultation and I told him I want my breast smaller and I want a tummy tuck. He said, okay. And I said, can we add a small, like, little BBL, like a little bit of fat into the butt? And he told me no, because he said I didn't need it. And he said that that's not his type of work or like the look. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. And I was like, okay. What he said he could do was when he does my tummy tuck and my lipo in the back of my waist, he's like, I can lipo it and it's gonna give you the illusion of a bigger butt because your waist is smaller, so it kind of gives you like that nice figure. And I was like, okay, let's just do that then. And I'm so happy that that's what we did, because I cannot picture, imagine I would have gotten my butt done and I don't like the look for myself, and I've worked out pretty much my whole life. So that's something that could have ruined my image, I guess. But another thing is that I do take my protein intake after my leg days, and I take my creatine, and I try to stay on top of my eating habits and everything, because it does make a big difference. Like the whole 6 weeks that I could not work out, my butt lost definition. And I'm gonna show you guys how I looked at my 6 week mark. My first day back at the gym, I was swollen on my abdominal area, and that's my natural butt.
Okay. Now that's the thing. There's still good people out there that'll still advise you not to get things done when you don't need to get them done. Just like her surgeon advised her and told her she doesn't need it, and instead of doing this, he's going to do that so it looks like this, and all that. I feel like surgeons like that are rare to find, because now everybody just wants quick money. Your patient to tell you, I want to get BBA. You're like, yeah, sure, I think you should get that because you're gonna get money. I'm just so happy to know that there are people that are not after the money. They're just after their patient's health.
As a natural big booty Latina, I have no idea why there's so many girls out there who want to get a BBL. Especially now that we're entering an era where skinny women are on top again. I don't want to offend anybody, but to be honest with you, when I gain weight, it all goes to my ass and my thighs. And a lot of things just look like very vulgar, right? Like even trying to just find a bikini just looks vulgar. Like I can get an extra large and it's still gonna look like a thong in me. And that's why I'm working towards being fit again and lean. Lean is key because then things fit a lot better. But for some reason, I see so many chicks still getting the lipo, still getting the BBL. You do you, boo. But to be honest with you, if I were you and I didn't have an ass, I would just get fit, be super skinny and lean, and go for that look. Like you're able to wear shorts and look super trendy and cool. You're able to wear like the short skirts that some of us thick women can't wear. And so many outfits that just look trendy and elegant and fashionable. So I don't know. If I were fat or flat ass, I would just be skinny. That's the advice from a big booty Latina like me, but don't get mad.
Despite the fact that skinny is back in trend, trust and believe there's still some people queuing up at surgeons' buildings to get their body done, to give them the BBL look, regardless of whether skinny is back in trend or whatnot. But at the end of the day, I just feel like that's extra weight to carry, you know? I don't know, guys, but it is what it is. So let's keep going.
This is 3 reasons why I did not get a BBL. Reason number 1, I cannot be trusting someone else's judgment on what an ass should look like with my ass. Some actually look really fucking good, but this is for the ones that look fucking bad, like disgustingly, what the fuck, your doctor should be dead for doing that to you. This is the BBLs that I'm talking about. Okay, reasons number 2 is everybody got one. Everybody and their mom got one. You cannot get away from them. Everywhere I turn my fucking head, there's a fucking BBL. Like, it's like when the Popeye chicken sandwich came out, every fucking body was lining up to get it. That's the BBL. The BBL is the Popeye chickens of the fucking body. Everybody was lining up to get the shit. And the last reason number 3, why I did not get a BBL is like the main reason. Bitch, I can't afford it. Like, what the fuck? I do not have money to get a fucking BBL done. First off, if I have that fucking type of money, I better be owning my car. I better be owning my house. I better be fucking having my shit fucking set the fuck up before I spend that fucking money for an ass. Like, I'm sorry, but me personally, if I don't own my shit, I can't be fucking buying no body parts. I'm sorry. I cannot be buying no fucking body parts if I don't even own the house I'm coming home to. I don't.
The last reason was quite funny the way she presented it, but she's right. The amount of money I hear some of these ladies spend just to get their butts done sounds really ridiculous to me. But just like one lady said here, if you have the money to get it done and that's exactly what you want, nobody's gonna stop you, obviously. So just go ahead and do what you want to do. But when you hear the amount, I think I came across a post where this lady said she spent over $40,000 getting a BBL, and this is what happened. And I'm like, 40,000 what? That's a, that's a lot of money. And I don't know, does it even get more expensive than that? Obviously, I know at some other locations it gets cheaper than that, but what? With that amount, already one step in setting yourself up slowly but surely in life with maybe a car or a down payment for a house or something.
Here's 3 reasons why I don't do BBLs. 1, the trend is fading. Let's face it, not everybody wants to have that particular look anymore. 2, the operation still has a significant level of danger to it, which is not ideal. And 3, it might look all right in pants, but really when you do just have a look at it without any clothing, it's still not the best cosmetic outcome with dimpling and ridging and things like that. I don't think it's a particularly good look. It's my opinion.
Now that's coming from a doctor. What more can he say? Obviously, he has seen it without clothing, but I've never seen it without clothing. So he knows exactly what he's talking about in that aspect. But like the fact that it's fading away is very troubling to me because it's like when another trend comes, people will hop on it and not think about the risks because really this was a trend, and this trend has lingered for quite a very long time. Good a thing is fading away gradually, if I may, but that doesn't mean people are not still getting it done.
So why don't I do BBLs? Look, BBLs carry with them a really high risk rate. There is a death rate or mortality rate of about 1 in 5,000 patients, which is really high compared to most other procedures or plastic surgical procedures that are, 1 in 50,000 or greater. So 1 in 5,000 is quite high. There's no good guarantee of getting a reproducible result in a safe way. And I just think that technically it's an operation that doesn't necessarily give you the best results. So for me personally, I don't perform BBLs.
I like that there are doctors that stick to what they do and not allow the pressure of their patients make them do what they don't do. Like he has clearly stated that BBL is a procedure that he doesn't do. So people that want to get BBL done know that they're not going to go to him to get it done. They're going to go to another person to get it done. That's called principles. There's some people that say, okay, I don't do this, but by the time somebody comes with money and says, help me get this done, I'll pay you so and so amounts, they'll bend their principle to get it done. No hate to people getting BBL. I just like the fact that he's standing on what he's saying. Doesn't matter what he's saying, it's just the fact that he's standing on it and he means business.
I had butt injections done, and I almost died because of it. I spent a month in the hospital, 2 months in a nursing home. I had to learn to walk again. I was on my deathbed.
But what did you have injected? The silicone?
Well, I was told it was silicone, and then I was told it was biogel. In the end, we really don't know. We're told this, but we truly don't know what it is that we have. I had 9 removal surgeries so far. The 9th one, they said that sparks were flying off my body and the entire surgery room smelled like gasoline. They had to leave me in there alone under anesthesia because the smell was so strong in the room. They had no idea what that was. I was one of the first people to have this situation go wrong, because back when Kim and I were getting it done, we didn't know the long-term effects of this. So now here it is. I started getting it done in 2006. Now we're 10 years later in 2016, and it gave me kidney disease. It gave me, because of the pain was so severe, I became an addict of pain medication. I had to rehabilitate myself from that. I had to walk again. It destroyed my life. I have end-stage kidney disease and, stage 4 kidney disease and end-stage renal failure.
So I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Don't be sorry.
Why you say don't be sorry?
Because if it wasn't me, it had to happen to someone.
I gotta get comfortable because listen, go ahead.
If it didn't happen to me, it had to happen to someone. And because of my story, so many women have decided to not get this done. I mean, the stories that women have written me and how God has reached out to them. There was a girl that had an appointment the next day, and there was a show that I did that aired. She happened to be flicking through the channels, and she saw it and watched it and didn't go get her butt done the next day.
After hearing your story?
After seeing the show.
Oh my goodness. What? Kidney disease and stage 4, something she mentioned. I'm so happy she shared her story. Mind you, this was back in 2016. This is currently 2026. And she got this procedure done 2006. So if we're calculating correctly, this is 20 years after. Nobody knows how she's faring right now. But as of then, 10 years after she got the procedure done, which was in 2016, she developed these sicknesses just from that. Just from that one procedure. I don't know how else to say this, but I'm just going to try my best. Stay content with how you are made. And as for surgery, if it's not something that is life or death, then it's not necessary you get it done. I'm not trying to control how you live your life. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but this is just my honest advice. If it's not something that needs to be done to save your life, then don't do it. But yes, let's keep going.
So what happened with the BBL? Y'all, I'm out today. I'm waiting to get my car wash. The car wash over there is a line. So I'm be sitting here for a minute. So I might as well talk to y'all on what happened with the BBL. Those of y'all that was following me long enough, y'all know that at some point I was supposed to start a BBL journey. That was the first of all, that was the first stories that I started telling was about my BBL journey. Well, I've been suffering with anemia my entire life, and I just could not get my hemoglobin up to a point where you can get a BBL. If I would have lost blood, I would have took the chances of ultimately dying. And what y'all don't understand is when women go out there and they get these surgeries, they really put their life on the line every single time. So I was back and forth to the doctors. Oh my God, I got so many needles. I had track marks up my arms, y'all. And I just could not get my hemoglobin up, which is my white blood cells. So I ended up not getting the BBL. That's why.
So this is a way of her body telling her, hey, hey, stop right there. We don't need that. Obviously, that's how I see it. But yes, there's so many other reasons why so many other ladies have decided not to get the BBL done. Some reasons, when you hear them, they're like, okay. Some other reasons, when you hear they're like, seriously. But at the end of the day, guys, it's a reason, okay? And there's nothing we can do about it. But yes, the point of this video is to show people that while social media pushes the BBL culture every day, the silent majority of women are saying, I'd rather stay natural. Life risks, pain, money, body trend changing, it all adds up. But yes, guys, what do you think? Do you think the BBL era is finally fading away? Or is it still going strong where you live? Let me know in the comments, okay? And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.